Today I'm making a jelly fruit cake. It's made with longan syrup and some sugar for sweetness, which contrasts nicely with the sourness of strawberries and kiwis. It's a delicious treat for the family. This recipe is for 8 servings. First, let's remove the stems and leaves from the strawberries before adding them to a bowl of water. I am using about 13 strawberries for this recipe. Give them a quick rinse and set them aside on a clean plate. Next, discard the water and refill the bowl with clean water. Rinse 2 kiwis in the water and set them aside. Now, let's cut the fruit. Remove the top part of the strawberry to discard the stem before cutting them into half vertically. Once done, set them aside on a plate. Then, cut the top and bottom of the kiwi before peeling off the skin with a fruit peeler. Repeat with another kiwi as well. Once done, slice both kiwi into about 1/4 centimeter thick slices. See, the pattern is very pretty. Then add them all to the plate with the strawberries. To make the fruit jelly cake even more colorful, I am adding 1 whole seedless orange too. Cut the top and bottom of the orange and remove the skin of the orange as best as you can. Try to remove as much of the white part as they are the bitter part of the orange. Then cut it into half before cutting each half into cubes. Add them all to the fruit platter earlier. Now our fruits are all ready. Let's arrange them in the mold. I am using an 8-inch glass cake pan for this recipe. Arrange the fruit around to your preference. It's okay if it's not perfect, as some of them may go out of alignment later. I also did not use all the fruit for the side and bottom, and some of them will be added inside the jelly later. Let's make the jelly. Open the can of longan syrup. This is the 550 grams one. Empty it through a strainer over a measuring cup. This way, we can find out how much syrup we will get from the can. Place the strained longan flesh in another bowl and set them aside. I am using 1 packet of clear jelly. You can use your preference brand. Turn the packet over and check the instruction of the amount of liquid needed for the jelly. Different manufacturers may require different amount. This brand of jelly powder needs 1 liter of cool water for each packet, as we have 400 ml of longan syrup directly from the can. I will add another 600 ml of water to make 1 liter of liquid in total. In a saucepan, add all the longan syrup, that's 400 ml, 600 ml of water, 50 grams of granulated white sugar, 1/8 teaspoon of salt, and 1 packet of clear jelly powder. Stir until all the jelly powder is dissolved. Cook the jelly mixture over medium heat, stirring continuously. After about 6 minutes, the mixture is starting to bubble and boil. Avoid boiling the jelly mixture vigorously, as it can overflow. Switch off the stove and remove it from the heat. Working quickly but carefully, scoop generous amount of the jelly into the mold until it covers the first layer of fruit. Then add the leftover fruits and longan generously around the mold. And scoop the jelly mixture to fill it in the gap. Repeat until jelly mixture is almost filled to the top of the mold. Leave it aside to cool and harden completely. This takes about 3 to 4 hours. If there are leftover fruits and jelly mixture, they can be added separately in another mold, so none of it goes to waste. After 4 hours, the jelly has cooled down and hardened completely. See, it does not move even after tilting the mold. Looking at the side, the fruit did not remain in their original position, while the pattern at the bottom has completely disappeared. To keep the pattern, it is recommended to scoop 1 or 2 ladlefuls of the jelly mixture into the mold while keeping the rest of it warm on the stove over low heat. Once the first layer has completely hardened, continue with adding more fruits and jelly mixture as usual until the mold is filled and set aside to harden completely. To remove the fruit jelly cakes from the mold, gently run the thin blade along the side of the mold to loosen it. Then place a plate on it and flip it upside down. As I personally like the bottom of the fruit jelly cake better, I am flipping it one more time, and our fruit jelly cake is ready to be served. Cut out a slice. And let's eat! Delicious! Every bite is full of excitement, with a sweet chewy jelly texture and a unique sourness of each fruit balances out the syrup-flavored jelly perfectly. When chilled, it will be an amazing treat in the afternoon. Enjoy! This is Home Cooking with Somjit. Thank you and bye-bye!